Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's me, Anne Marie Morales, Hypnotherapy and Intuitive Arts. For those of you who don't know who I am a clinical and transpersonal hypnotherapist, and I am also a channel, intuitive energy healer, and psychic. So if you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. Today I am talking about the past life regression that I received just this past weekend. So I've been in a learning program since February, and it's currently Monday, November 25th, 2024. And I began February 13th, I think, 12th or 13th. Yeah, so we've been studying low these many months, and I have 600 hours of training and practical experience. And this was the last in-person practical weekend that we would have with our group. And so you can find me on Instagram, okay, Anne Marie Morales, Hypnotherapy, Intuitive Arts. And if you follow me there, you saw the nice pictures that I put about these beautiful group of women that have become sisters in this process. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. So I'm here to discuss with you my past life regression that I experienced this weekend. I have had regressions before, done by other modalities, but not done by the modality that I learned through the Institute of Interpersonal Hypnotherapy. So I can't tell you how divinely beautiful this experience has been. It's completely transformed my life in these months, and only for the better. So we get together after learning 100 hours of training to practice on each other. And so I did my first regression with a beautiful woman that I facilitated in this modality. I've done other sorts of regressions before, but in this particular modality, I was able to conduct a regression, a past life regression. So there's childhood regressions where you go to an event in your childhood, or you can go to a past life. Now, when you do past life regressions, um, it's best to have a theme. Okay, it's best to have a theme. So for my theme, and one of the themes is wonder why things happen. Why do I feel a certain way? Now, uh, it's very interesting because I'm a very introspective person, being a Course in Miracles practitioner, and you pay attention to your emotions and you pay attention to your reactions. And I've had a recurring reaction to women who are petite, curvy, dark-skinned, black flowy hair, voluptuous and beautiful, that are boisterous and blingy. I've met two in my life. One was an amazing, successful metaphysical woman, and I had no reason not to like her. But I saw her and I was like, and I couldn't get past it. And that stuck in my mind. And then at the beginning of this training, a graduate of the school came to speak to us. Same archetype: petite, voluptuous, dark skinned, flowy, gorgeous black hair, very successful. And like I said, no reason for me not to like her. Like, why wouldn't I like her, right? Again, I'm like, I don't like her. So I wanted to explore that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to explore that for my past life. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to explore that. So the woman that I had facilitated earlier in the day, she was facilitating me. And, we do the induction, and there I am in this life. I saw myself on a beachy scene, a woman wrapped in a sarong, dark skin. I was Polynesian. I knew it. It came right out. I was Polynesian, probably in the 1800s. And I was betrothed to a man. And after the session, I kind of tuned in that I had some sort of physical deformity. I had some sort of physical deformity, but I was from a family that betrothed, whatever. And this other woman came and stole my husband. And guess what she looked like? Petite, voluptuous, gorgeous, long, flowing black hair, flower over her ear, which the first woman that I saw, beautiful young woman, very nice girl, very successful metaphysical person, had a flower. And I think this woman did too. Okay. So this woman took my husband away from me. And as a result, I was ostracized by the entire clan, by the entire culture. Um, I was rejected and ostracized. And I was so devastated, so distraught. I went up into the mountains of the island and I flung myself off a cliff. And I saw myself dying because I was destroyed. I had no other, no, hold on a minute. All right, there we go. My nephew called me. Um, so where was I? Yes, this girl, gorgeous Polynesian woman. So it's the archetype. So that archetype could have been Indian, could have been South American, could have been, a Latina, it could have been Arabic. But there I was in a Polynesian island and I committed suicide. And so I went up and viewed the scene. I saw my body broken, bloody on the rocks. Nobody cared. Nobody knew. I was completely abandoned. And so I left that life in utter desperation, hating that woman, uh, losing the love of my life, and resenting her because she knew that I would have died. She knew that I had nowhere else to go because if you're rejected, you're ostracized. Um, they don't care about you. They abandon you. Um, at least that's my interpretation of what happened in my regression. So I was in the area of the afterlife where I needed to process that life. And I was bitter. I was devastated. I felt worthless. I felt like I had no meaning in life, um, that I was just, unworthy, horrible. Oh, I mean, all these feelings of hatred, self-doubt, hatred towards her, towards him, or not towards him, because of course, the men are always innocent. God, yeah, we always blame the other women, right? It's with that. So I hated the woman, and I left that life being devastated. So there I was in the afterlife area, and my higher self was there as well, my higher wisdom. And I asked my higher wisdom, what, why? Why did this happen? Why did she do this to me? And my higher wisdom told me, why are you mad at her? She just reflected back to you, yourself. And I was like so puzzled by that response. So I thought I was going to hear from the Raw Collective, but no, this was not the Raw Collective. This was higher wisdom, either my higher self or God, or I don't know. I don't know who that was. They didn't identify themselves, but definitely the energy that spoke through me was very calm, very matter of fact. And basically what they told me, so then I went back. I'm like, but why? This is cruelty. This is horrific. Look, I killed myself. Why? Why did I have to endure this? And they said, you have settled a karmic debt because you did the same thing to her in another iteration of you, and you are merely settling a score. And I was like, well, fuck that, fuck that shit. This is awful. And so I said, I need to forgive that woman. I need to talk to her. And so I spoke with her. And it was just that, like, why would you take away my husband? You knew that I had nothing left. Why did you still do that? And she said, because I could. And so it was kind of like this very real, very kind of arrogant kind of look, because I could, because I wanted to, and so I did. And I was like, doesn't it bother you that I killed myself? And she said, yeah, but I needed to live my life and I wanted to live my life. So I lived my life the way I wanted to live my life. And that's that. So then we go back to the higher self, to the higher wisdom. And I was like, all right. And I think that's when he or it told me that this was a karmic debt, that I had done the same thing to her. Okay. And then what happens is I asked, so what is the purpose? What is the learning purpose in this lifetime? What was I supposed to learn? And I was supposed to learn that true love is self-love. That love of self is the love of God, because God resides within the self. And if you learn to love yourself, then you love God. Never place validity of your self-love, and the words were, on the head of anyone else, on the head of a man, on the head of anyone else. And that's part of my soul was able to get out of the resentment, to come to acceptance of that lifetime. And then it was integrated into the higher wisdom. And when that part of my soul was integrated into the higher wisdom, I became light. I can't explain it. The feeling was ecstasy. I expanded. I felt expansion and light. And it was bliss. I I went from crying tears of sorrow to crying tears of bliss in this experience. And then my current consciousness came into the same room and had the dialogue. And I saw how just that curiosity, why do I hate women that looks like this? Healed a profound part of my soul that's carried over into this incarnation. And I've been having so many things come up with my exes that, have been shaking me to my core. And I took that lesson on for myself. I integrated that lesson. I need to love myself. And one thing else, when I was in there as me, I don't remember. It's a little foggy, but we're really just playing roles for each other. We're just in a total stage. And this was in a play, giving each other experiences. And this is echoed by Dolores Cannon's work. And I mean, all that theory became reality in this experience. Reality. And then I, as Anne Marie, integrated with my higher self and became that light. It was so profound. Everybody that was in the room witnessing this, they were like, that was so profound. And so then I came down from that place, reintegrated into my body. The practitioner puts these um, subconscious suggestions and affirmations based on what the higher self said to me. And I'm telling you, I was changed forever. So much so that I was able to communicate with somebody that I hadn't been able to communicate with in a long time, and do it without being nervous, without shaking. I've never felt so secure in myself ever, ever. Knowing that the only love I need is the love of Source through me. Oh my God. My friends, one of the most profound and healing experiences I have ever felt, and it was through hypnosis and through hypnotherapy. My friends, if you want to experience this, not just past life voyeurism, if you really want to feel healing, book a session. I can't tell you. Not with me. Somebody else who was trained at my school, because they don't teach this anywhere else. I'm telling you. All right, my beautiful souls, I love you. I hope you learn from this. I hope you want to experience it. Hit me up, ammhypnotherapy.com. Heal your mind, heal your life, heal the world, people. Do that. Like, subscribe, and share this information. If you know somebody who's struggling or suffering with something that they just don't understand, hypnotherapy is the key. I cannot tell you enough, and I tell you as always, through my own experience. I vet everything. All right? I love you. I love you. Bye.